Welcome back everybody to another Genshin Impact video. Today we're going to be doing a full 1.2 live stream breakdown of everything that happened today. This is going to be the English live stream, so nothing needs to be translated or anything like that. We're going to be going over all the new characters, all the new weapons, the new artifacts, new domain, and as well as all the new events going on in Genshin Impact 1.2. Alright, so we're going to start off with the characters, and the first character I'm going to start off with is going to be Albedo. So one good thing to note is that throughout the course of this live stream, everything was kind of focused around Albedo and not so much Ganyu, which leads me to think that Albedo might be the character that we get when 1.2 drops. He's going to be the very first banner. As far as who else is going to be on the banner with him, I don't know. Probably Sucrose, I would say, just because, you know, they have a whole theme going on of, you know, student versus master. But I can't say about the other two, so I definitely would not know. But a lot of this was focused around Albedo's story quest, the event that's going on, and him in general. So I really feel like Albedo is going to be the very first character we get. But, you know, just to start things off, we're going to start this off with his elemental skill. So we're going to skip a little bit right here. Where does he use it? So his elemental skill basically is called Solar Isotoma, and there you go. So he will make this little geo construct on the ground. If you stand on it, it lifts you up into the air so you can do plunging attacks, and also, you know, helps with exploration. But any enemies that stand in the AoE of this, and, you know, if you attack any enemies that are in the AoE of the Solar Isotoma, they'll get marked with a Transient Blossom, which is what it's called. And then hitting enemies and then triggering the Transient Blossom will deal geo damage to them, and that's how he's going to apply geo damage with his elemental skill. It seems like this skill stays up for a pretty long time, considering that it is a construct. So it'll be up on the field, and you can definitely, you know, be able to get consistent geo damage, you know, with him. It's not going to be like just like a one-click geo damage and then that's it. You'll be able to get it over time, similar to Zhongli, but not so much like, you know, like Ningguang with her elemental skill, and, you know, the main traveler with his geo elemental skill. And then the next thing that we have here is his elemental burst here. Oh no, okay, right here. So here's his elemental burst. So his elemental burst has a couple properties to it. So for one, it does have a pretty low cooldown, so you will be able to spam it. And it does have a lower energy cost than normal. But if the effects of the Solar Isotoma are up on the field, and then you use your elemental burst, instead of making a Transient Blossom, you'll make a Fatal Blossom, which will deal even more geo damage. And it seems like this is how he's going to be doing a lot of his damage. I don't know if he's going to be like a DPS kind of guy. We can only wait to see. I would say probably 2-piece Petra, 2-piece Noblesse on him would probably be best in slot, you know, with probably like an Aquila Favonia 5-star or whatever 4-star weapon you guys can get your hands on. That will definitely be how you're going to want to build him. Probably with some energy recharge substats, just because, you know, he does have a low skill. So, you know, if you're able to spam him with those two artifact sets, then I feel like he's going to be doing a lot of geo damage. Probably nowhere near as much as Zhongli, but, you know, if you have a character like this, you'd be able to do pretty decent geo damage. But yeah, it's going to be kind of weird that they're going to be dropping 2 geo characters back to back, but the way that they were talking about it, and the way that, you know, they were going about explaining, you know, how everything in 1.2 kind of revolves around Albedo, it kind of, you know, leads me to believe that, like, yo, this might be the character that we get on December, you know, 23rd, 24th, you know, whenever it is. I know they like to have like a little gap period in between, so definitely look forward to Albedo. I'm definitely going to be pulling for him. He was the character that I wanted more out of Ganyu and him, but Ganyu is still nuts. I'm still gonna try to pull for her, but Albedo is definitely my pick. I just love his character design. I love his kit. So we can only wait to see what we can do with him. But for now, this is Albedo. He looks awesome. All right, so next up here we have Ganyu. So I wanted to start right here in specific because this is going to be the part showcasing her Frostflake era, which is her charge level 2. And I did not think that it would be this fast, but look at how fast that charges up. Look at how fast that charges up. This character is definitely going to be your main cryo damage dealer. I said this before in my breakdown of her, and I'm saying it again now. But the only thing is, I did not think that the Frostflake arrow charged up that quick. I know I didn't really expect it to be, you know, super fast, because I wanted them to at least balance it with how much cryo damage it does. But, you know, considering how long a normal charge attack takes, you know, this is like fast. Like you'll have it up like that. And this is definitely when I saw this watching the live stream, I was actually surprised because I did not think that it would charge up this fast. And you'll be able to do this like consistently. And there we can see right there the effects of the Frostflake arrow. Let's go back a couple frames. So it seems like when you hit them with the Frostflake arrow, there's the Frostflake, if that's what we're gonna call it. The Frostflake will shoot up into the air like that, and then it'll explode, and then those ice shards will deal the cryo damage, just like that. I thought it kind of, I did think it was more like a single target kind of thing. I didn't think it would do it in AOE, but it's still pretty good. You know what I'm saying? But as far as, you know, if you're shooting it at one enemy, you know, who's to say that all those Frostflake shards are gonna hit that one enemy, unless it just that little cone, like it just hits anywhere in that cone regardless of where you see the shards. That'll be a completely different story. But other than that, you know, it's looking really good for Ganyu. So let's go over now to her elemental skill right here. This is showcasing her Frostflake arrow, so let's go a little bit farther. Okay, so here we have Ganyu's ultimate. We're about to see it right now. Now, I was really curious whether it was an ultimate that she put on top of her or if it was ultimate that she cast in front of her, and it seems, we just go forward just a tiny bit right there. So it seems like this is something that she kind of cast in front of her, but it also has a gigantic AoE. The AoE is a lot bigger than I thought, and it said that, you know, if you stood in the AoE, you get a 15, I think it was either 15 or 20% cryo damage bonus, and this AoE is gigantic. Lord. Did not think it was going to be this big, and this is going to make her even better. I know this is like the hype character for 1.2. A lot of people are looking forward to getting her and playing her. I just did not think that the ultimate AoE was going to be this big. This changes a lot of things. This works well. This is going to work really well even with Chongyun and Chi-Chi. It's going to make their cryo damage go through the roof because, you know, you don't have to confine yourself to such a little space because that field for it is, you know, insane.
Of course,
but
hers is amazing too.
There we can see her elemental skill right there. We can see that dash back, and then she leaves behind the Ice Lotus right there. So that's really all they kind of showed about Ganyu. All right, so now this screen right here was another screen that led me to believe that, you know, Albedo is going to be the character that we get first because there was a lot of focus on him specifically. As you guys can see, we're not getting Ganyu story quest until mid-January 2021. That's like almost like we're getting ready for 1.3 as we're getting her story quests. But we're getting Albedo's story quest the second we get into 1.2. It's probably going to be unlocked at AR 42, I believe, and then she'll be AR 44 if we're keeping that like that every 2 AR levels starting at AR 30. I think it was AR 30 for like all the 5-star character story quests. If we're keeping up with that trend, then you can definitely expect Albedo's story quest to be at AR 42, and then Ganyu's story quest to be at AR 44. But if we're going to be getting his first, I definitely want to say I'm pretty confident that we're going to get Albedo first on the banner and not Ganyu. Alright, so next up I wanted to talk about the artifacts. So the artifacts are going to be really important when it comes to 1.2. So obviously now we have the cryo. We finally have the cryo damage bonus set. The 2-piece set 15% cryo damage, and the 4-piece set when a character attacks an enemy affected by cryo, the crit rate is increased by 20%. If the enemy is frozen, the crit rate is increased by an additional 20%. Definitely off the bat, I want to say this will be best in slot for Chongyun, only because with this 4-piece set effect, you no longer have to, you know, focus on getting max crit rate. You can start focusing more into crit damage now, more than crit rate, because now what you can do is that because your crit rate is increased, you know, if you have an enemy affected by cryo, and, you know, if you're inside of Chongyun's E, you know, everybody is going to be affected by cryo, and then you get all your hits deal cryo damage, so you're going to be applying cryo to anybody that doesn't have it on them. And, you know, you only, with this set now, you only have to get your crit rate at 30%. Realistically, you only need 30% crit rate on Chongyun moving forward, because this will give you the extra 20 to put you now to 50, and now you can focus on getting your other stat, which is crit. You can focus on, you know, crit damage a lot more now. You don't have to really, you know, try to sink all of these, you know, all this Mora and all these other artifacts into this one artifact that is crit rate, because all you have to do is just really get it to 20%. I mean 30%. Once you guys get it to the 30%, this will give you the extra 20% to get it to 50. And, you know, if you do have a Hydro hero on your team, and like, you know, like Jingcho and stuff like that, this will push it to 70%. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to focus on crit rate on Chongyun at all. You really only have to get it to like 30%, and then you're good. That's it. And then after that, you know, you just focus on your crit damage, and then now you have a cryo DPS like God. So when this set comes out, I will do a full breakdown on it, and I'll do like a full Chongyun guide because I do have Chongyun. I was waiting to build him up, but now that we have this is definitely going to make building him a lot better. It's going to make a lot of characters a lot better, especially like Ganyu and stuff like that. But now let's move over to the next one, which is the Hydro set, the Heart of Depth. So with the 2-piece, obviously, which is the 15% Hydro damage bonus. Now the 4-piece set is really, really interesting because it says after using an elemental skill, it increases your normal attack and charge attack damage by 30% for 15 seconds. 100% this is for child. 1000% this is for child. There's no other debating it. You know, this is the set you're going to want to put on child. This is what I feel like will split the community for child in 2 different ways. And this is going to give him 2 best in slot build options. You guys could either stick with, you know, the Noblesse Gladiator piece that we have now, and you know, with the Hydro damage bonus cup and everything like that, and then you can go for a more burst oriented child, or you could come over here and you can do, you know, full Heart of Depth, and then now you have a sustained DPS child, where you know you don't really have to worry about, you know, only dealing all of your damage when you have your elemental burst up, and you know, getting those really, really high crits. You don't have to really worry about that. You don't have to focus on all your time relying on RNG, getting your crit rate and crit damage high as hell. You don't have to worry about that anymore. With the Heart of Depth, this is going to make building child and building a lot of future Hydra characters a lot easier. A lot easier. I would definitely say you guys could also do a kind of blend in between, you know, like kind of like a best of both worlds. You could do 2-piece Heart of Death, 2-piece Noblesse, and kind of get another burst build going. But, you know, if you guys want to build a sustained DPS child, go for 4-piece Heart of Depth. If you want to burst DPS child, you know, go for, you know, this plus Noblesse or Gladiator plus Noblesse, like how we were doing before. But this is going to make building child really, really interesting. I'll do a child video again. Well, not really again. I'll do my first child video going over in depth on, you know, exactly what ways you can build child, especially now that we have this. All right, so now here we have a look at the weapons that we're going to be getting in 1.2. So some of these are given to you, and then some of them you have to craft them via blueprints once you guys, you know, finish like whatever you have to do to get them. I know for the Frostbearer, there is a certain tree that you have to level up. That's kind of like a statue of the 7, where you go around collecting a whole bunch of ore. You feed the ore to the tree, and then after you get it to level 10, you'll get the blueprints for the Frostbearer. For this, I'm not exactly too sure what you have to do to get it. I would have to watch the live stream over again. But I do know, I think if an enemy is affected by cryo, then it increases your attack damage by a certain percentage. And I think that percentage goes up, you know, per refinement and stuff like that. But that was all leaked info. They didn't really show any other info, you know, regarding the weapons besides what they look like and how to get them. So I won't really have like any concrete, you know, details to give you guys at the current moment. But when 1.2 does come out, best believe that I will be doing, you know, full breakdowns on these, and we'll see what character is best with what. All right, so now this next part is really, really interesting because this is actually our very first look at one of those leaked models that was actually leaked a long time ago. This is Rosaria. She is a Cryo Polearm user. There's not really much else information on her regarding her skills or her burst and, you know, how her kit works. All that we know is that she is a nun just like Barbara, and she has a cryo vision, and, you know, she uses a polearm. That's really all the information that we have on her. There wasn't really a lot leaked about her, but this is what she finally looks like in game. We don't really have to use like those T-pose models anymore that were leaked a while ago. So yeah, this is now Rosaria. This is probably one of the next characters coming up, and I believe she was a 4-star from what the leak said. All right, so right here we're gonna get a first look at the new domain system and how you can either go straight back into a domain after you clear it, and how all the rewards go straight into your inventory. So let's take a look right here.
You don't have to spend time picking up each of the dropped rewards anymore?
Exactly. Everything will be automatically collected for our travelers now.
So now here we see this is actually really, really good. So it used to be that, you know, we just had to, like, you know, run around a little bit, get all and pick up all the materials, you know, one by one. But now we see everything that we have on a nice detailed list just like that. And now we can see also on the screen right here where it says I had to leave domain, or I'm guessing this has continue challenge, but it blocked off by the other one right here. So this is the new screen for domains. I'm really happy about this, and I like it a lot. All right, so now for this event, it seems like we're getting, okay, it kind of looks like a reskin of the Unreconciled Stars event, but this event actually precedes Albedo's story quest. So once you guys finish Albedo's story quest, it'll lead right into the event. As you guys can see, we're gonna get more Crown of Sagehoods, which is what you guys need to get talents to level 10. So it seems like these are event only items, and if you guys want a Crown of Sagehood, then events are going to be the only way to get them. We're going to get a new essence. This is going to be the event shop material, and then we're also going to get these. I'm pretty sure these are going to want to get the sword, or what you have to put into the sword to unlock. Like it's like passive talents and stuff like that. Obviously, we're also going to get talent level up books, Mora, and then EXP books, and then weapon XP too. So we're kind of get a similar format to Unreconciled Stars, and then it's going to obviously give context to the whole Dragon Spine storyline and stuff like that. So look forward to this. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for this live stream breakdown. Hope you guys enjoyed everything, and I hope you guys are looking forward to 1.2 just as much as I am. If you guys want to, feel free to like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts about Dragon Spine and 1.2 all around in the description below. Let me know who you're going to be pulling for, whether it's Albedo or Ganyu, whether you're going to skip any of them or anything like that. And also, I do live stream on Twitch. So if you guys want more Genshin Impact content or just more content all around, feel free to follow me on Twitch. Link will be in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and take care.